Hey, what's up, chat? What is up? Welcome back to more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Now last time, you came up to remember, and it was very sad. And you couldn't figure out what the fuck happened. And then murder happened. As you know, any good Ace Attorney. So, start base. Hello. Alright, yeah. Doing okay. Right! Saturday! Saturday is most likely going to be some art because nobody really responded to the call out. Yeah, I'll just have to figure that out another time. So, yeah. We'll just not worry about that, and we'll just, investigate some murder. It shouldn't be. Like, I turned it down, like, super low. No, I don't usually, but sometimes things do happen on accident, and I do apologize. Sometimes I can't, control it. No, not at all. It's like it would be like once in every once in a blue moon. So I mean, I've done it like and purposely like before as like jokes, but accidentally it rarely ever happens. Yeah, I can. Like that. It's not really like much, but if I really wanted to. April 5th, 5:58 p.m. High Prosecutor's Room, room 202. Okay, it's not here either. Where in the world should she have gone? Knock knock, I'm here. Mr. Shield. What's going on, Miles? One long face. I mean, it depends on like what I'm drinking too, but I normally just drink water, so take from Uncle Ray. You won't be popular with the ladies looking like that. Why are you here? Did something happen? That's my lie. That's the one who came in. Yes. Have you heard? Have you seen the news about the murder at the PAC headquarters? Yeah, I was just witnessing. I just witnessed it. You're hearing. Wasn't it for there today? Found it myself wondering. You guys had somehow got caught up in it. Yep. 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 Wait, it's already made the news? I heard they're searching for the teenage girl suspect that is suspected of killing an attorney. Can't imagine it could have been her, but had been bothering me. Could you give me a full rundown? The truth is, Miles, are you trying to give your Uncle Ray a heart attack? That's the case with some people, but I'm not joking. She really did lose her memory. I thought he was like, "Are you joking? You threw away your badge?" Top of that, she's a suspect? That makes things even more difficult. Where would she have run off to? She lost her memory, right? I was hoping she would return here, but not likely. She felt responsible for what happened to you, right? Then there's no way she could come back here. I know that, but where else can I look? Calm down, Miles. This isn't like you. It's rare to see you get so heat up. Well, that's not a bad thing. If you're trying this hard to save an innocent suspect from false charges, I'm sure you'll make a great defense attorney. Actually, just a while ago, I turned in my badge, but that doesn't mean I decided to become a defense attorney. Besides, Kay isn't just a mere suspect. I may have only known her for a short time, but we have been through quite a lot together, and I know she isn't capable of murder. Well, capable isn't. Anybody's capable of murder if you push them hard enough. You know? I'm surprised. I never thought you would go so far to support someone else. I don't know if you even realized it yourself, but it seems a deep bond has already begun to grow between you and Kay. Well, she is his weird girl assistant, so, I mean, of course there's a bond. I'd say even give my bond with your father a run for its money. I would object to that. No, it's not that deep. She just keeps barging into my state of affairs. Haha, yeah, that girl can be quite a handful. And I'm certain that something has changed inside you since you met her. I'm really jealous, you know. After all, I lost my old partner. That's why you need to find Kay right now. I don't want you to lose your bond like your Uncle Ray did. She's not gonna wind up dead. I mean, that would explain why she's not in Dual Destiny or Spirit of Justice. Or is she? I don't know if she is or not. I haven't played those two games yet. But she's not on like any of the box art for them. And someone like Kay would be like up on the box art though. Well then, I have a proposal. We have no idea where she is, and searching around blindly won't get us anywhere. In that case, why don't we try searching for the cause of her memory loss? Maybe that could give us a lead. I see. That might be a good idea. I thought his idea was, let me defend Kay in court. Let me become her attorney. He would do that. From what you told me, something must have happened to her at the Grand Tower. Great, that's it. Let's get going then. Hey, at the very least, could you stop looking so grim? If you stay that way, Kate probably won't want to come back at all. Good grief. I'm no match for this man. April 5th, 6:42 p.m. Grand Tower, viewing platform. It seems that it's already dark. Still open on the day of the murder. Gotta admire their capitalist spirit. No! Don't admire capitalists! Down with the patriarchy. No, don't listen to a word I say. Actually, do listen to me, but don't listen to me when I'm saying stupid shit like that. There's no one here. It's like we got the place to ourselves. To prove Kay's innocent, I'll need to investigate her lost memories. Hey, let's go, Miles. We can investigate the roof as much as we want. Let's do what we can. Do what we can, huh? I suppose that's all we can do for now. Miles Everest, so we meet again. What are you two doing here? Well, we came all this way, so I thought we'd buy some cotton candy. And what about you? You want your folks to get the wrong idea about you? Do not worry, I will decide my own actions. You're just a no good ex-prosecutor. No wonder you got the axe. Objection. I know I'm not a lawyer, but I can still yell objection. I turned in my own badge. Wait, what? You got fired? You needn't to be concerned with with what happens to me. Are you sure? Oh yeah. What happened to Kay? Huh? Was there some sort of trouble between you two? Anything I can do to help? How about an injection? It's fine. Our injections are answers to everything. Alright. I'm getting cold, isn't it? Let's go home. Well then, Mr. Miles Everest, let's meet again soon. You sure? How about some heavily cotton candy? Heaven's Tear. Heaven's Tear. Did they name it? Did they name them after the shape of the clouds you can see from here? We tear a regular piece of cotton candy in half and then sell it without changing the price. I'll take 7. Capitalism. That's why the name is Heaven's Tears. We tear the cross right in half while crying tears of joy. If the customers knew that, they would be crying tears of sorrow. Hooray for capitalism! This TV seems to be used for showing advertisements for the companies at the Grand Tower. Right now, it's just showing regular television programs, though. Wait, what am I watching this for? The Steel Samurai doesn't air today! What a nerd! If you insert a coin, you can use these binoculars to get a nice view of the city. I'm sure if Kay were feeling better, she would be happily glued to them. For her sake, I must thoroughly examine every nook and cranny of this viewing platform. statue of a pony sparkling in the twilight. What? Don't tell me he's also secretly a fan of My Little Pony. The statue has wings. Perhaps it's a Pegasus, the flying horse of myth. No, there's the horns on its head, so it could be the legendary unicorn. But I thought unicorns didn't have wings. What's this? There's a plaque at the bottom. The title of this work is written on the plaque. A magical contradiction. I suppose it's the only part of this work. I suppose the only part of this work I was able to understand was the contradiction part. It's a statue of the creatures with the body of a lion and the beak and wings of a bird. These statues seem to be guarding the entrance to the peaceful park. It's immaculate work, down to the last detail. But since it looks so fearsome, wouldn't it frighten away visitors to the park? To be intimidating, do I need to get wings and a bird's beak? It's a cherry tree with branches spread wide. The flowers are nearly in full bloom. According to Kay's testimony, before she was pushed, she was standing under the cherry tree. The person in the red raincoat who pushed Kay off the tower. She said they came towards her from the direction of the stand. From that, we can deduce Kay was pushed over the railing on the side. The railing is about as high as my chest. It's unlikely that someone could fall from here accidentally. I don't see any particular problems with this railing. Always worth a shot to putting any pieces of logic together. Sometimes it doesn't work. Not exactly a shining example of perfect blend of logic. Huh? Ha! Okay. Don't blame me. I was just admiring the view beneath this tree. Did you just fall out of that tree? I didn't mean to fall. My foot slipped. You're a suspect, and yet you remain at the crime scene. That's not a smart thing to do. Even if you have memory loss, shouldn't you have realized this much? This whole time while you were playing this silly game of hide and seek, I've been worried sick about you. Are you angry with me? Of course I am. But not for the reasons you think. Answer me. What were you doing here? Did you think I'd let you off the hook that easily just because you have memory loss? That's not it. I came here because I thought I could get your badge back. What? If I don't regain my memories, you'll never get it back. I thought if I went back to where I lost my memories, then maybe I would remember. If I could just remember killing her. You didn't kill anyone, Kay. I just can't prove it. You're still the same as you were before you lost your memories. Your thoughts and actions have always exceeded my expectations. Without a doubt, you are the Kay Faraday I know so well. However, I cannot approve your recklessness. You understand? Cut! You get 0 style points, Miles. Or more like negative points. What? That's like the first bit of emotions he's ever shown. He said it's done. Okay, how about a hug? Okay. Yep. She definitely has her memory. She definitely does not have her memories back. Oh, well then. Mr. Shields. It's just a joke, honest. We interrupt this program with breaking news about the Grand Tower murder case. The police believe the culprit is a teenage girl who is present at the crime scene. She remains at large as the police continue to search for her whereabouts. Oh dear, this is getting pretty serious. Well, gang, what's the plan? We don't have much time. Indeed, it's only a matter of time before they find us here. So then, why don't you tag along with us for a while, okay? But I'll just cause trouble for you again. It pains me to say this, but I got nothing left to lose at this point. I already given my badge. What else can they take from me? The evidence? No. I still have the evidence. Mr. Edgeworth. That settles it. We're all in this together now. Miles, you're in charge of proving case innocence. Failure is not an option. You're the defense attorney. You're the only actual lawyer here. Actually, I'm pretty sure they still have to get some paperwork done for Edgeworth, but yes, I understand. Okay. I want you to help Miles with his investigation as much as you can. Yes, I'll do my best. Let's be quick about it before the cops find us here. Unlike some people, Uncle Ray still's got lots to lose. Sheesh. If I lose the law office, I'll never be able to face Gregory. This man. I'm glad he's on our side. Yes? Can I help with something? I came back here because I thought I might remember something. Could you again go over what you told me before? Well, it was raining, so I slid under a cherry tree to take shelter. And then a person in a red raincoat appeared. That person pushed me and I fell. Can you tell me anything about the person in the raincoat? I'm sorry, I don't remember that much. Do you remember what time it was? Wait, hold on. 9:28. Military time. No, wait. As the person approached me, I saw the moon just over their shoulder. The moon? Yes, that's right. It was just like a faint memory, but I think the moon was in the exact spot it is now. It was floating just above the cherry tree, so she could see the moon behind the figure in the raincoat. This is a new piece of testimony. I'll be sure to keep it in mind. Mr. Edgeworth, for a while now, I feel like I'm on the verge of remembering something. What? Is that true? Well then, please speak freely. Say whatever comes to your mind. Okay. I remember a faint smell. It was a wonderful scent coming from the counter of a food stall. I followed the fragrance, only to find a perfect sculpted burger resting on two golden buns. The tender and juicy patty made my taste buds sing with joy. Yes, I can remember what I thought at that moment. I want seconds. definitely K. I, I don't think this memory has anything to do with the case. But it might. You called yourself the great thief Yatsugatsu. You pride yourself on being a noble thief who steals the truth. Do you remember anything about that? Well, maybe I was called a noble thief because I won the Nobel Prize. That's Nobel, not noble. And they don't give prizes. This is for thievery. Do we have any? No. All right. Let's go talk to Mr. Shields or Mr. Finder in the English translations. I can't believe this incident really is on the news. I wonder how they caught wind of it. Maybe they're doing a live report from the helicopter over there. Oh, great, it's gonna be on TV. Miles, make sure you tune in. What was he thinking at the time? I mean, like this. This feels like a contradiction. The pieces don't fit. There we go. If I recall Kay's testimony, the person in the raincoat approached her from behind the candy stand. Then this person supposedly pushed Kay over the railing on the opposite stand. Moreover, Kay said she saw the moon over the person's shoulder. However, earlier I confirmed that the moon is floating in the opposite direction. And on the night Kay lost her memories, it seems like the moon was in the exact same spot. Therefore, the position of the moon and the person in the raincoat don't match up. Her memories have probably become confused. After all, had she actually been pushed over the railing, she couldn't survive the fall. Perhaps I should question Kay's memories with where she fell. Kay was not pushed over the railing on the side. After all, if you fell from here, you wouldn't be alive in the first place. But I'm certain I was standing under that cherry tree. If I fell, then the only place I could have fallen was over the railing. Well, maybe the ground just opened up from under you and swallowed you up. The ground here can open up? How? No, it was just a joke, okay? Please don't take it so seriously. She lost her memories. Do not joke with this woman. No, strange as it may sound, that may actually be the truth. Even if it's only a small chance, it matters not. Let's try searching the area around the tree. Kay could not have fallen over the railing. There must be something around here that proves it. I won't rest until I spot every suspicious nook and cranny. Flower petals are scattered all over the ground. The blossoms are not yet full in bloom, so the strong winds here must be the culprits. Personally, I'd appreciate it if they spent a little more effort cleaning these petals up. It's like a main patch. Okay, maybe you fell down here. Nah, just kidding. There's no way something like that could happen. I'm sorry, I just can't remember it. No, that was just a joke. No need to take it seriously. Right. So, when should I take you seriously then? When indeed. Well, if you jumped into Uncle Arm's race, he's joking. Mr. Shields! Come on, Miles. It was just a joke! A joke, you know? Oh, I get it. No one ever takes you seriously. Ouch. That sounds a bit. That's my only piece of logic, right? Anything for UK? Maybe I haven't. Hmm. We're searching for. We're searching. We're seeing the live footage from the 50th floor. The investigation will continue through the night. The 50th floor? Isn't that the meeting room of the PIC's headquarters? That's right. We can see the shadows of the investigators behind those blinds. Uh-oh. Looks like making a clean getaway just got much harder. It seems like we have no choice but to cleverly evade the eyes of the media. Maybe Uncle Ray should have become a spy instead of an attorney. It's worse. If worse comes to worse, I may have to use Mr. Shazzy Court. Miles, just now, you were thinking of something terrible, weren't you? I won't rest until I inspect every suspicious nook and cranny. There appears to be a live news broadcast. In other words, what we see in the screen is how the Grand Tower looks at this very moment. Does that mean we can be seen on TV too? No, this camera is too far away and it's too dark to see us clearly, so there's no need to worry. It certainly would be bad if Kay were to be seen on TV right now. Hmm. Do you know how many floors this building has? Of course, 50 floors, right? Just above the place where the PIC conducts their actual legal cover-up. Couples, couples are wishing for love. Kind of ironic, don't you think? So what's this dark area above the 50th floor? Maybe it's a tunnel of love. Those are always dark, eh? The viewing platform we're on now should be directly above the PIC's meeting room. However, late, the late night investigation is taking place 2 floors below us. This is a clear contradiction. There was a mistake. Was there a mistake in the pamphlet? Nah. Rather, it's more naturally to assume that this building has a hidden 50th floor. I see. So that's where the tunnel of love is. Ah, she's so pure and gullible. It's freaking Uncle Ray's heart. Let's get those memories of yours back, Kay. Then why don't you take this opportunity to be more serious for once? You just don't get it, Miles. I joke around to make things easier for you. On the contrary, his painful jokes only make things harder for me. Sounds like someone else. Sounds like someone who does that for me. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge if he's in chat. an extra floor between the 50th floor and the viewing platform. Why didn't anyone notice it? Normally, you'd notice it. I mean, how can you have an entire floor? That's where the problem lies. No one noticed something that should have been easily noticeable. In other words, it must be impossible to access the 50th floor through normal means. I see. Maybe there's a secret portal or something. Okay, now's not the time to be thinking with portals. It's always time to be thinking with portals. I played Portal. It's always time to think about portals. I would like you to recall the hatch at the base of the cherry tree. Isn't it normal to assume there is a room on the other side of the maintenance hatch? Uncle Ray likes where you go. Let's hurry up and check it out. There we go. Now let's see. Looks like there's a lot of stuff down there. Is this what they call a storeroom? There's no doubt about it. This is where Kay fell down. Of course, and with this mystery solved. No, not yet. We still have the mystery of the person in the red hood who was walking in midair. Now, let's get greedy, shall we? We found the storeroom. Let's wrap things up here. This man's an attorney. I suppose you have a point. It does seem to warrant an investigation. Well, if it isn't Miles Edgeworth. Emma, what are you doing here? I heard about the case from the Detective Gumshoe. Since I was already in the area, I thought I might as well check out the crime scene. This girl's name is Emma Skye. She's a high school student studying in Europe to become a forensic scientist. She's the younger sister of my former boss, and a witness in one of my trials 2 years ago. Detective Gumshoe told me everything over the phone. He sounded really upset. He said that you lost your badge at the Grand Tower and Kay became a mummy. Please calm down. I thought you left for Europe a few days ago. Don't tell me you've come back already. Yep, and I brought my teacher from abroad too. He needed an interpreter, so I volunteered to help. If your teacher cannot speak English, why aren't you with him right now? He still can communicate with people. Don't underestimate the importance of body language. That doesn't really count as a language. But enough about that. What happened to Kay? Is she alright? My, what a good friend. Isn't this great, Kay? Yeah. Who are you? Are you Mr. Edgeworth's new assistant? Haha! On contrary, my dear. I'm Ray Shields, head of the Edgeworth's law office. Edgeworth's law office? Wait, you mean like defense attorneys? Mr. Edgeworth, when did you suddenly become an attorney? No, it's not like that. See, this is why you should have changed the names of Shields. Now that I think about it, it is rather a complicated work relationship. Don't sweat the details. Let's start off with an introductory hug. Why would you become a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Hey, don't just ignore me. Because I don't approve it. I don't approve at all. Well, why don't we continue this conversation down below? That's right. The police could arrive any second now. Mr. Edgeworth, who's she? I'll explain later. First, we have to go down the hatch. Okay. I guess I'll be training for that defense team. I'll explain about that too. Well then, let's go to the storeroom. To be continued right now. Yes. It's only been 40 minutes. There's no way. April 5th. It's 7:06 p.m. Who knows? It's pretty dark down here. Can't see a sin. Watch your footing, Emma. Ouch! I think I hit my head. Okay? Be careful not to slip. Take your time coming down. Okay. The light switch should be here somewhere around here. This is... What is this place? The hidden Theseus form is being used as a storeroom? We'll need to investigate thoroughly. Mr. Edgeworth, please tell me about the cave. Right then, where should I begin? I see. So this is certainly a serious situation. Why does she look like she's having so much fun? Because this is Emma Sky we're talking about. She doesn't become lazy until later. Always snacking on her snackaroos. Are snackaroos even a thing in this era? Or do they become a thing by the time Apollo's justice happens? Looks like you're in a bind, prosecutorial attorney Edgeworth. I'm not a defense attorney, nor is there such thing as a prosecutorial attorney. This looks like a job for science. Don't you worry, I got everything here in my bag. Are you sure you're doing the? Are you sure you're up for this, Emma? Of course. So once again, it's good to be working with you, Mr. Edgeworth. And I'm glad to be working with you as well. Looks like we got ourselves another cute assistant. So, what's the plan? That lift looks pretty suspicious to me. It looks like it goes down. I'm curious as well. But first, we should investigate this room. Okay, if you find anything, be sure to tell Uncle Ray. And if I remember something, I'll let you know. Yes, please do. Emma? Roger, I'm ready to support. Well then, let's begin the investigation. Ask me anything you want. That's the case of suspect. I can't just stay silent. I feel the same way. For now, we should calm down and search for clues. No, after thinking through scientifically, I've come up with an even better plan. I'll just give Kay an extremely powerful electrical shock to her head. And see if that will jumpstart her memories. Well, that seems quite dangerous. I would prefer to go with my proposal to calm down and investigate this room. Is that so? But in science, a bit of danger always comes with the territory. That's not exactly what you would call a bit of danger. I came back here for a while as my teacher's translator, but normally I'm studying in Europe. That's right, to become a super forensic scientist. So she comes back and she becomes a detective. We know this because I played Apollo's Justice. That's admirable. Endeavoring to learn is the duty of a student. Yes, in order to excel in both the academics and athletics, I've even taken up sports. For example, the competitions they have during sports days. Oh, I wonder what sort of competitions she's referring to. Unlike America, Europe has extremely tough, manly sports, and, well, I'm sure you've heard of the War of the Eyeglass at least. I've never heard of it before in my life. This is Kay's badge, right? Yes, this was her precious badge, though she doesn't seem to remember it herself. That's so. Maybe it doesn't have enough impact. How about I customize badge bit? Let's spruce it up with a little pink ribbons and white feathers. I appreciate the offer, but let's keep it like this for now. His memories will only be even more confused. Scientifically speaking, I have to say that the details are unknown. So in plain English, you don't know anything about it, right? It's not that I don't know, it's just the details are unknown. She doesn't know. Kay lost her memories. Maybe she saw something really shocking. Indeed, she seemed to have gotten herself involved in a murder case after all. I also went through some pretty scary things in the past as well. But thanks to my sister and everyone else who saved me, I can be who I am today. Mr. Edgeworth, we're definitely gonna save Kay, okay? Yes, of course. Scientifically speaking. Alright, cool. Alright, let's start from right to left. Don't you think it's kind of creepy how all the masks are lined up in such a dark place? Emma, are you not good with horror movies? No way! Horror movies are so unscientific! So she's scared of them. I won't rest until I've expected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. This mask is the mysterious global hero, Unikapanu. Why are you so surprised? Mr. Edgeworth, don't you know? Everything about this show is shrouded in mystery. From the production company to the broadcast time, even the merchandise is hard to find. Wouldn't that mean the company simply went bankrupt? It's Captain Sapon. He's really popular in Japan. All the kids, even the adults, dress up like him. I think the flower on his head would be a little too much. What TV shows are these masks from? I'm not very familiar with it, but I believe it's called The Students of the Starry School. Each member of the class is a hero of justice. So I guess the red and white caps are part of their school uniform. Maybe it's the number of eyes that slits on the eyes on the mask corresponds to their class rankings. I see. One of them was number 2 and so on. Oh, I see. That's how it works. If that's the case, the students with the lowest rank would have the mask full of holes. I guess we'll have to watch the show to find out. Well, we wouldn't know. When you think of the hairlines from the Steel Samurai universe, she's the first to come to mind. That's right, I love the Pink Princess too. Emma, you watch this kind of show? Yeah, of course! You like it too, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I wouldn't go that far. Oh, come on. Mr. wouldn't be like, why am I watching this? The Steel Samurai doesn't air today. Really? Since he has a Steel Samurai figure in your office, I thought for sure. Even so, Emma's noticed it. He has one in his office? The Steel Samurai, warrior of Nero Tokyo, and the Nickel Samurai. We don't talk about the Nickel Samurai! The Nickel Samurai always seemed kind of smug by comparison. Yeah, that's right, Emma! He is smug. And his slender build doesn't look cool at all. I definitely prefer the Steel Samurai. Seems he has a good taste. These are murder case files. Huh? What are those doing here? By all rights, they should be kept at the prosecutor's building at the courthouse, but it would seem that someone has removed them. Something is afoot, and we're none the wiser. Alright, let's deduce. The jamming ninja mask that Kay had with her. Perhaps it was originally attached to this hook. plausible, scientifically speaking. In other words, Kay came here. It's quite likely, but for what purpose? Maybe she was going to steal something from this place. A great thief who steals the truth, huh? No, I don't think we can answer that question at this time. These are... What is it? The items displayed on the shelf here, if I recall correctly, they're all evidence from past cases that I was involved with. What are they doing here? I guess that would make this place the PIC's evidence storeroom, huh? These items should be kept in care of the police. Do they even keep evidence don't they even keep evidence in the prosecutor's office? Only for current trials. However, once the verdict has been reached, the evidence is transferred over to the police department and stored in the evidence room. But it looks like evidence has been stored here instead. There's no point in worrying about it. For now, I should try to examine everything. Looks like some of the evidence has tags from them. And there are numbers written on the tags. Maybe there are ID numbers of the evidence. No, based on how large these numbers are and the natural nature of these items, I'd say these are prices. Prices? If that's the case, wow, they're ridiculously expensive. It seems she's more concerned with how the high prices than the legality of this whole affair. The evidence on display. I shouldn't inspect every suspicious nook and cranny. Well, that means this mannequin. I got it! According to my scientific reasoning, this is something you encountered once in your past cases, right? No, it's not. This is the first time I've seen this mannequin. It seems completely unrelated to the other objects in this room. There's no price tag in front of this mannequin either. So then, why is it here? What a cute doll! It kind of looks like the Steel Samurai. It's the Iron Infant's son. The Iron Infant, the son of the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess. He was destined to become a hero of justice from the moment of his birth. So much pressure rests on his tiny baby shoulders. And yet, he carries himself with a grace and dignity that bellies a teller of his age. Fucking nerd! Hello, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you even listening to me? Of course I am. Tiny Minotaur. Aw, how cute! The stuffed animal is so fluffy! That's from Groove Lake. It should be in care of the prosecutor assigned to that case now. Why is it sitting here in a place like this? Huh? This little guy's missing his left horn. His left horn. I'm pretty sure it was already missing when I first saw it. Then this is a defect product. I demand a recall! Now that I think about it, giving a broken toy to a country's president does seem strange. The storeroom contains items to be sold, doesn't it? It's unfortunate, but the probability seems quite high. I suspect some nefarious individual has been selling evidence here. And people actually pay money for this stuff? Apparently some people do. The price tags are proof. Different stories from different folks, I guess. That's strange. Only this one spot is empty. But it still has a price tag, just like all the others. Indeed. Furthermore, there is part of this cloth that is not covered in dust. Perhaps something was placed here not so long ago? I see. So it sure like it, but what could it have been? The star-shaped marked dust. I wonder. The candelabra? This is the candelabra. Could it be related to a certain piece of evidence? We'll go back and deduce it later. It's a small bottle. I've seen the price of this piece of evidence before in the past. Huh? Is that all? Yes. What more did you want me to say? I need to make a memo. Note to self. Even the most boring objects sound like works of art when Mr. Edgeworth describes them. Don't read a memo like that out loud. Ink and a lamp. Both are evidence that I've handled before. Why is all this stuff here linked to you? Many of the items here are objects that I have handled just a short while ago. But it's probably only a coincidence that they are all collected here. A coincidence? I never thought you'd say that word, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how improbable, if it fits with the facts, then we must accept it as the truth. Isn't that the same with science? Ah! We should discuss science in detail someday, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright. This dust pattern matches perfectly with the basis of the candelabra. It's likely that the killer got the candelabra from this very storeroom. Does that mean the candelabra was also a piece of evidence? It's quite possible. However, that is not the issue here. The murder weapon originally came from this storeroom. We must keep that in mind. The statue. Yes, is it something some sort of new fact? No, it's this is evidence from a case I was in previously involved in. I believe it was called the Alice Red statue. There was supposed to be two of them, one real and one fake, but no matter which one of this is, it's unnatural for it to turn up in a place like this. Mr. Edgeworth, you've really seen a lot of cases, huh? Gotcha! Yippee-ki-yay! I got me a scoop! Gah! My eyes! Stop it! You ain't getting away from me, away from your great lattice cameras that easily. I reckon y'all must be criminals. I snapped 16 shots before y'all could even say cheese. We're not criminals. Really? Yeah, I ain't phoning my camera of justice with those words. You are... Huh. Ain't you that Hindus prosecutor from back then? Who are you calling horrendous? This is Lotta Hart. She's a photographer I dealt with during my past cases. I've seen her distinctive accent and her chatterbox mouth hasn't changed a bit. Just look at that face. Yeah, obviously up to no good. It seems like she has a bad impression of us. Now it's time to pay your dues. Stand up while I photograph y'all. We only came here to investigate. Lies. You think you can fool me like that? Mr. Edgeworth, she's not listening at all. She seems harmless. Let's just leave her be for now. There's a transceiver sitting next to all these trophies. It seems likely they were lined up together on purpose. Looks like they still got batteries in it. Might come in handy later, so I'll pick them up for now. I'll be sure to put a good use to it before I turn them into the police. That sounds just like what a certain great thief would say. Wow, talk about bad taste. I've never seen such a gaudy desk before. What kind of person would use something like this? The tabletop is being supported by 4 naked men. The design is quite painful to look at. Yeah, I'm gonna turn a blind eye from that. It certainly isn't in poor taste. Maybe this is also related to one of your past cases. Nope, none of the cases I've handled involved a person with such bad taste. Or at least I hope not. Have we dealt with one as a certain defense attorney Here's a huge stack of money piled up here. How unrefined. They're all $100 bills. Talk about big bucks. So how many times how many times do you think your yearly salary? How many times your yearly salary don't you think this is worth? Let's leave my salary out of this. What's this? It looks like a giant head. If I recall, this is the head of Mrs. Monkey. I believe it was from a case I was involved with in the past. Turnabout Samurai. It's impressive how they were able to get such a large object into this room. Mrs. Monkey, huh? That doesn't really have a nice ring to it. Maybe you're remembering the name wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. Impossible! That can't be true. Earlier you said that this is evidence from your case that you were involved with. Oh, fuck. From the price tags attached to the pieces of evidence and the huge stashes of cash, it's clear that the buying and selling of evidence was being carried out here. In the hidden 50th floor, evidence is being trafficked? This clearly means something. It seems further investigation is needed about the dealings that went on in this place. If only there was a witness. We could just ask them. A witness. I like how it's like. Alright, let's talk to Kay. Yes? Can I help with something? That's a cute stuffed animal. Is this a bull? Yes, it appears so. I found this at a crime scene with you just the other day. Oh, one of its horns is broken. So I guess even a stuffed animal can get injured. Ha! My head! It hurts! What's wrong? For some reason, looking at that stuffed animal makes my head... I better put this away for now. Oh man, Uncle Ray's heart's pounding up a storm. Surrounded by so many cutie pies in such a small, cramped room. Mr. Shields, please try to be more serious. It's just a joke. Come on, Emma's not of age, right? Of this game, right? Okay. Uncle Ray is keeping a close watch over the little Kate, so you can continue your investigation without worry. You watching over Kay isn't exactly what I'm worried about. Look! Check it out! This list has a sturdy platform and solid steel supports. According to my calculations, it should be able to support the weight of 50 Mr. Edgeworths. I doubt there's enough space for that many people. But it seems to be used for moving goods. I wonder about that. If you packed them real tight, they just might fit. All 50 of them. Impossible. That aside, there are still some more places in the storeroom we need to examine. We'll examine the lift after we finish our investigation here. Impossible, huh? Then how about 45? No, we might be able to fit 48 people. Emma's trying to play Tetris. And so why did you come here? For the people of the world and for myself. I'm a social justice photographer after all. Social justice? And allow me to guess the reason you came here. Was it perhaps to expose the illegal evidence at trafficking? Oh, I get it. You were trying to get a scoop on the secret dealings. Huh, y'all know that much already? Well, I reckon there ain't no reason I hide it from it anymore. My sources tell me there's some kind of black market auction being held around these parts. What did you say? So then all this evidence here is, yep, they are just goods for the auctions. That's a lot of dirty money for around here. I want to try and catch it with my own two eyes. My sources gave me a whole bunch of info, but I figured it just here. But it ain't enough. Seeing is believing after all. So I've been stalking out the place for the hand here at the statue since yesterday. No. We're still investigating. The auction took place late last night and went on until early morning. A murder on the night of the Black Murder auction. Could the two events be related? I don't. That's not how it works. It's okay, it's okay. Not everybody has. You don't have to always be talking. That's not badges. It's the genuine badge of the Yatsugatsu. Perhaps we could trade trade for some information. Not a chance. The Yatsugatsu ain't got nothing to do with yesterday's biscuits. I need something with a little more impact. There's a badge that won't stir up nothing interesting. Yes, that's not how it works. Classified information. This thing's up. Don't tell me you intend to spread false information. Don't be dragging my name through the mud. I just wanted to spice things up a bit. Maybe dress it up a little and add some juicy bits in there. You shouldn't compromise your stories with fabrications, Miss Hart. Let me just say, if you're trying to grab my interest, you gotta bring me something that actually smells like a scoop. I guess this didn't catch your interest. Yup. Back in dealings are in the Great Tower. I guess it really hits the mud a little this time. Were all the items in the auctions pieces of evidence? There was some more normal stuff too, like stolen arts and the like. I wouldn't consider stolen art to be normal, but I reckon the evidence was the style of the show here. These folks are law fanatics, trying to get their hands on the latest goods from the police. So that's what you wanted to get pictures of, Miss Hart? Pretty much. They were eating right under this very storeroom, so I was watching them up from here. You said they were here since yesterday. Did you witness the entire event? It was a black market auction, after all. They followed a fairly detailed procedure. First, the participants entered the storeroom from a viewing platform one at a time. when they got in, they each took one of the masks off the wall. Each took one of the masks on the wall over there. Funny thing about those masks, they're all equipped with voice changes. It's itty bitty ones. That way they wouldn't be recognized. They wanted to protect their immune. You mean their immunity? Yeah, that's it. Their anonymity. Why not just say identity and make things easier for all of us? After putting on the mask, they go down the lift. It's Ace Attorney. That's how it always works. They go down the lift, and the next fellow comes right in. On the way back, it was the exact same thing, but in reverse. They come up one by one, return the mask, and head up out of the storage room. Wow, that's pretty thorough. Messed it up. Boop, boop. How many participants were there? 11 people altogether. I counted each of them as they made their way down. I have you know, I wasn't just laid up behind the statue the entire time. Then where were you in the beginning? The beginning? Well, don't you worry yourself about that, Yuki. So she was hiding behind the statue the entire time. I watched the folks coming in while lurking in the shadows. All security agent like. Note to self, secret agents like to lurk in the shadows. And then they used that lift over there to get up and get down to the auction site. After they all went down, I watched the whole thing from the lift. Did that lift stay down the entire time? Nah, it came back up. But there was a tiny gap in the floor there. There's a bit of space between the floor and the lift platform, you see. So I could see just about everything that was going on down there. Then, did you see the person who was conducting the auction? Eh? Well, yeah. You betcha I did. What kind of story would this be if I didn't know who the conductor was? The conductor, huh? It seems like I'll need to ask her for more details. Do you have any more information about this so-called conductor? You know, I came here to get me a scoop. What makes you think I'll give you my info willy-nilly? Basically, what you're saying is you don't know. Ah, I see. So that's why she won't answer. What can I say? I couldn't even tell how old they were, or if they were a guy or a gal. Can you tell me what the person was wearing at the time? They had on a white jacket with a purple flower, and they were wearing white gloves. But you know, that don't mean much when I have no earthly clue on who they really are. It was Jill. So the conductor's identity was hidden, but just like the participants. That's right. They had on a mask and a voice changer, just like everyone else. What kind of mask did this person wear? It was a Zuvian mask, I reckon. Zuvian? When the blazes is that supposed to be? Mr. Edgeworth, you don't know about Zuzian? He's the sworn enemy of the global hero Okapono. Zuvian, the ruler of time. Seriously, who hasn't heard of him? She doesn't change, at all. You'll see her again in the second game. And she's still as full of energy as always. Most people, I imagine. Since the conductor wore a mask, I assume you were not able to see their face. Not even teeny weeny bit. After I'll claim all this weight from a big scoop. This whole story's turning out to be nothing but fool's gold. Yeah, I'm a Sky. Now, unfortunately, her existence only exists in the Apollo's Justice trilogy, that one episode of in the first game, and these games. Unfortunately, we do not get more of Emma in 2 and 3. So, sorry. Because she's in Europe! That set of clothes seemed pretty familiar. Perhaps I should show her that piece of evidence. Well, it's new evidence, so. If I'm gonna make the news, I'll need to find how to conduct this true identity. That person wore a mask and a voice changer, right? Along with that white suit and the purple flower. Ha, shucks, it all was a waste of time. I wouldn't say you wasted your time, Miss Hart. Collecting info ain't easy. You gotta pay for film and travel expenses. And all that stalking out places for a whole day. I'm starving! If you're truly after... See, and this is why I stream Ace Attorney, because I feel like I would get too hasty and, miss a lot of things. Well, I guess I think I know the next step. Yes? Can I help with something? I have more evidence to show you. I'm terribly sorry. Even if you give me that, I still don't remember anything about you. No, I wasn't planning on giving it to you. Ask me anything you want. Scientifically speaking, I'd have to say that the details are unknown. I got some logic, right? Nope, I don't. I think so. Probably. Wait! I think I understand what to do. guess. You said the conductor wore a white jacket and a purple with a purple flower and white glove. That's right. They sure look spiffy as if for a criminal mastermind. Miss Hart, did they look anything like this? try another line of attack. Does this scoop of yours have something to do with the black market auction? What are you talking about? I don't know nothing about that. Weren't you in the middle of infiltrating the black market auction? The only logical conclusion is that your story has something to do with it. I'm tired. You ain't getting any answers from me. I didn't hear nothing. Haven't you realized yet? I have you cornered. You didn't hear? What exactly? Did you hear something during the auction? No, that's not it. I just heard a weird sound, that's all. Ain't even a word worth mentioning in my article. Just forget about it. There's no question. Something happened during the black market action. You heard a strange sound. This could be a useful clue. Fuck! I messed up. Oh, fuck. Ah! I waste too much time. Didn't you say you heard something strange during the auction? Or if it stuck out to you so much, and that it must have not been a sound that you normally hear. For example, the screams of a murder victim. Ah, how do you keep figuring everything out so quickly? Logic. That's right. I stumbled upon the murder in the middle of my psych out. But please, don't make me say any more. This is the biggest scoop I've had in a while. The murder that she's overheard. It's most likely the same incident we are currently investigating. This is bound to be the cruel information. I'll finish this by confirming the credibility of her information. She has nowhere left to run. Time to deal the final blow. Tell me what you know about the murder incident in full detail. Well, my memory ain't all what it used to be. Not much I can talk about. I ain't the most attentive gal in the world, you see. I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Maybe I should try another line of attack. Tell me the truth. I know you're still hiding something from me. I ain't had nothing from nobody. I ain't already done told you everything I know. I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Maybe I should try another line of attack. Did you really stumble upon a murder? You're calling me a liar? What happened? Some fighting words. I am a journalist. Yeah, you were saying that in chat. I would never publish my lies in my articles. Faster and more accurate than anyone. That's my motto. Her motto, huh? This could be a useful clue. Should keep it in mind. Tell me the truth. I know you're still hiding something from me. I ain't hiding nothing from nobody. I already done told you everything I know. Okay. Yes, it was. It's just so I don't have to like waste time of stuff I've already seen. It's very helpful because I have done this twice already where I completely forgot to save, and I had to go through over everything that the last stream was quickly as possible. Yep, happened twice. If I had a nickel for every time I did that, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Didn't you just say your motto is to be fast and more accurate than anyone? Hug. Well, see, I couldn't. It was stream. As I expected, the credibility of your information is suspect. I know what I heard, but I even got proof. Haven't you realized it yet? I have you cornered. What are you yapping about? All you're doing was wasting my time. Now, you have proof? How is that possible? Explain yourself at once. I got me some. Wait, you heard that? Well, I was just talking to myself, and y'all go on and pay no mind. It seems like she's still hiding something. This is an important clue. I'll need to use it effectively. Tell me the truth. I know you're still hiding something from me. I ain't hiding nothing from nobody. I have already done told you everything I know. Perhaps I should use that clue. Yes. But come September, it will be available on like the Switch and September 6th on the Switch, PC. I don't remember where else because I bought it on Steam. This is an emulator. I'm playing it on an emulator. So I don't think there is because like I said, I'm playing it on an emulator, and this emulator has a fast forward button. You have evidence regarding to the incident that you witnessed. Something definite enough to publish an article. Ugh! What a tarnation. Let me off the hook already. Fine, I'll tell you everything. I'll even show you the photo I took if you stop harassing me. That's good enough for ya? Checkmate. Logic check complete. I lost. I really lost. The mouse of the south has been defeated. Well, if you just let the mouse of the south just keep talking, eventually it'll slip up. I'm sorry to any southern people I have offended. And if you want to fight me, I'll take you out for a Midwest goodbye. Actually, no, we'd be there forever. Now then, it's time to come clean. Tell me everything that you know. I was watching the auction, gathering info for my story. You didn't just watch though. You got shocking photos too, right? Hug. A little while after the auction started. Someone won a bid, and the conductor banged the gavel. Some hollered, "We finished the deal upstairs," or something like that. That ain't good, so I thought to myself. I hurried back to my head behind the statue. Did you see whoever came up? Not quite, but I reckoned it was that fella that came up with the winner of the bid. I could smell the buttery aroma of big fat wad of cash. Buttery aroma. I can't imagine that at all. I reckon this room is where the builders ponied up and doed out the purchases. The two of them talked for a while. Wait, there was a second person in the storeroom? You betcha! I reckon it was the conductor. And then out of nowhere, one of them started screaming. Almost scared me britches off. I rolled myself up into a ball and kept laying low. You witnessed the murder? Well, I wouldn't say that I witnessed it, but I definitely heard it though. You didn't even try to stop them? Just stop right there. That ain't even funny. What's a dainty little thing like me gonna do? Dainty? After that, I heard me some rustling and bushing. The whole time I was really regretting coming here with something fierce. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, but nothing gets in the way of that heart in her photos. This was my big scoop. Ain't no way I'm gonna let it slip away. Show us the photo, please. A bit later, I heard this loud thud, as I figured it was my last chance to snap a photo from behind the statue. Well then, would you please show us the photo? Aww, why do I have to? Because, wait. Can't say that anymore. We don't have our badge anymore. The person in the red raincoat who attacked Kay. The person in the red raincoat assaulted the victim in the store's room, and then attacked Kay on the roof. There's only one person in this photo where the victim. There's only one person in the photo. Where's the victim? Yeah, I thought it was strange too. I could have sworn there was two of them, but when I looked, there was only one. But that's gotta be the killer, don't you reckon? So she's saying the victim disappeared. You're able to tell this person was the culprit by just looking. Their hand was stained right, so I figured it was them. What happened to the auction after the murder? Nothing really. It just went on like normal. I guess those rich folks don't give a hoot. They got some nerve. The nerve of a journalist is nothing to scoff at either. Wow, that was long. We're not even done. I was like, it's when in doubt, logic. If we assume that the murder took place in the storage room, then we must conclude that the body was here as well. Huh? Isn't that pretty obvious? Don't you remember how the participants left the auction? Of course, they passed through the storeroom on their way back from the Exactly. The culprit would have had to hide the body so that the participants wouldn't discover it. The real question is, where was the body hidden? Emma, would you mind lending me a hand? Leave it to me. What do you want me to do? Let's see. Use your luminol retigan to test for a blood reaction. If you would, please. Okay, let me show you how the power of science. The glint in her eyes is getting brighter by the second. Let's start by examining that ladder over there. Based on Miss Hart's picture, the person in the red raincoat was heading towards that ladder. Chances are that something will turn up if we check there. Just touch anything you want to examine. If you do that, you'll be able to spread luminol reactant at it. There's a blood stain on the spot where you sprayed. I didn't even click anywhere. You'll get a reaction like this. Even so, no matter how many times I see blood stains, they're always so gruesome. There's a blood reaction here, but it's kind of faint. more times, and then it'd be nice and clear. You can see it clearly now. It looks even more gruesome than before. Do you understand how to look for bloodstains now? Yes. There's probably a few more bloodstains here, so why don't we give it a try, Mr. Edgeworth? Nailed it. Let's search the rest of the storage room for bloodstains, just like that. First, let's look for a place to spray the luminol reactant. Please examine the place you want to spray the luminol on. You want to examine the spot? Let's spray luminol on everything as suspicion. Fuck. Ah! Blood! Nailed it. Mr. Edgeworth, there's a reaction! It's a blood stain. But why in a place like this? Perhaps this was here when the murder took place. Ah! It looks like some of the blood dripped down to the floor below. Mr. Edgeworth, there are some places we still haven't checked yet. So let's continue our investigation. You want to examine this spot? Unfortunately, there were no reactions here. You want to examine this spot? Unfortunately, there were none. Hey! You can't spray luminol on people! Yes, of course, I knew that. I wanted to talk, okay? You want to examine this spot? You want to examine this spot? Ah! Blood! Mr. Edgeworth, there's a blood stain here too. However, why is there a blood stain in a place like this? Maybe something that had blood on it was stored inside. Looks like we found all the bloodstains in the storage room. It seems we have investigated the storage sufficiently. Any more logic? The reason why we found a bloodstain in the costume trunk is because the murderer hid the body in that box. I wonder who won the bid for it. The trunk, I mean. That, I don't know. In a certain way, everything worked out exactly as someone wanted it. Hold it! I couldn't have that. It could have been in that dressing box. What do you mean? When I first came down here, that box caught my eye too. It was just the right size that would have made the perfect hiding place. That's what I thought, anyways. But I couldn't get the thing open. I even wrapped it. It's been wrapped up real tight in the locked screen. The murderer had, after that, to hide a body in there wouldn't have been possible, you know? A chain wrapped around it. That's a bit strange. Right now, it doesn't seem to be locked up at all. Huh. That's weird. Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me or something. And with that, I believe we have examined everything there is to examine here. Well then, let's head down. Oh, have we decided on our next destination? Hey. Yes, Mr. Shields? We wouldn't want to get you lost, so make sure you stay real close to Uncle Ray, okay? Right, I'll follow you closely, Mr. Shields. Those two. Since when did they get along like that? Investigation complete. April 5th, Grand Tower, PIC's meeting room. Whoa, 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 whoa! Mr. Edgeworth! This place is. Is this the auction hall? No, it's the meeting room from before. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! How nice of you to drop in, Kay Faraday. You've got some guts. Hey, you guys, arrest her! Arrest her! Wait, Kay is. As for the rest of the riffraff, just show them out the door. This is tyranny! Yeah, it's tyranny, pal! Miles, this is kind of bad. Submit that you're Kay's lawyer. The light of justice shines above me. Ha 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 ha! Ugh! Thanks, Francesca. Yeah! Why me too? Oh, that's strange. I was aiming for that weak ex-prosecutor. You were good at me. Maybe something got in my way, particularly. Right around there. Francesca. Just what do you think you're doing here, ex-prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? I don't believe that Kay is the culprit behind this incident. You're just an ordinary man without investigation rights. What you say does not matter. I'm Francesca von Karma. I will never stop moving forward. However, you chose to quit. The outcome of our battle has already been decided. I cast away my badge because it became a milestone. It became a millstone around my neck. I shall continue moving forward, even without it. The path I walk will surely lead to the truth. My actions are driven by that belief, and that is something which will never change. So, you're saying that you have found a path to the truth. Then show it to me. But if that path proves to be a foolish one, it will not survive my whip. Francesca's logic. The victim used her keycard and entered the room as the culprit. Then the culprit stabbed the victim in the chest. So it was the candelabra killing her. Shouldn't the letter make it obvious who the culprit is? Of course, the crime scene was right just here, in this room, the PIC meeting room. The proof is in the bloodstains we found here in the meeting room. That sells it, Miles Edgeworth. Miss Von Karma seems really confident, doesn't she? How about you wouldn't really know who she is? Ah, see, she's fire one, isn't she? Don't do it, Ray. I don't mind if I see Udi. How did Doug? I knew he was gonna do it. How repulsive. Well, Miles Edgeworth, can you break my logic? If you truly have no intention of stopping here, prove it to me with evidence. Very well. I shall show you, Francesca. The evidence that pays my pass. Was there nothing suspicious about the security system? The meeting room security is perfect, much like my logic. There's no room for doubt. Your logic isn't as perfect as you think. In any case, your opinion has not changed. Yes, the victim and the culprit entered the room together. Then the culprit stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra, killing her. Did the victim's wounds match up with the candelabra? The victim's chest was pierced in 3 places simultaneously with a sharp metal object. Is there anything else that could have done such a thing? It says all should be written in Dr. Young's autopsy report. So you're sure that the murder weapon was the candelabra? Exactly. As for who the culprit is, should it the letter make it obvious who the culprit is? Do you have anything to confirm that the letter was actually sent by Kay? Are you proposing that it was forged by the real criminal? That possibility was dismissed some time ago. There is no traces of forgery on the letter. Of course, there are no other traces besides Kay Faraday and the victims found on the letter. Are you saying that you found Kay's fingerprints on the letter? The only fingerprints we found belong to the victims. In other words, you can't really say Kay was the culprit. Did I just say that the possibility of forgery has been dismissed? That letter was originally sent by Kay Faraday. Therefore, it's only natural to assume that she is the culprit. Of course, the crime scene was right here before this room, the PIC meeting room. Do you have any proof that the crime took place in this room? Avant Karma is perfect in every way. Perhaps you forgot that when you gave up your badge. The proof is in the bloodstains we found here in the meeting room. That settles it, Miles Edgeworth. Have we determined who the blood actually belongs to? The blood analyst confirms that it belongs to the victim. Just because the blood stain was found here doesn't mean that it was the scene of the crime. You forget, Miles Edgeworth. That is in court. Evidence is everything. If you believe this room is not the crime scene, show me the evidence that proves it. Evidence that shows where the crime scene took place. We may not be in court, but I'll show her the truth. Miss Von Karma isn't showing any openings. However, there is one fact we know she does not. They're not the only ones who can perform scientific investigations. And therein lies the proof. The path to the truth I found. Nope, that's not the proof. Nope. Oh, right statement, wrong evidence. Yeah. If memory serves me correctly, the blood in the meeting room was found in front of the statue of Lady Justice, was it not? To murder someone before Lady Justice. This culprit knows no fear. I wonder about that. Have a look at this piece of evidence. Blood was found in the storage room right above the meeting room. As you can see, there are signs that it has dripped down onto the floor below. And right under the hidden lift is the statue of Lady Justice. Then you understand, the murder did not take place here. The killer murdered the victim in the storage room, and then they moved the body to this room. Lady Justice witnessed was a coward trying to conceal their crime, and not the moment of the murder. She's smiling. Pardon me, I just remembered a conversation quite similar to this one. As I expected, Miles Edgeworth. Such a naive couldn't possibly be an act. How is Mr. Edgeworth naive? Youch! Have you forgotten? Or are you just playing the foolish fool? The amount of blood in the meeting room is clearly greater than in the storage room. Please don't just hit me and then ignore me. Ouch! Such a large amount of blood couldn't have simply dripped down from the floor above. And even if it has, there should have been much more blood left behind in the storage room. The murder could not have occurred anywhere other than this meeting room. You're as predictable as always, Francesca. What? The difference in that amount of blood is just as you say. The question is, why does such a difference exist? That issue is trivial. I've already explained it with my perfect logic. In that case, how do you explain the blood that was found in the storage room? I don't suppose you're going to tell me that it's just somehow sprayed up all the way there. Like a water fountain? No way! Exactly, it's impossible. In other words, the reason for the difference in the amount of blood is the victim did die of a stab wound. Naturally, there would be a significant amount of blood loss. That's obvious just from looking at the blood stain. But that's so weird! She was attacked in the storage room, but there was less blood found there than... Silence, you third-rate prosecutor. But I'm the best! Do you know when you lose the most blood after getting stabbed with a sharp object? Ah, I know. It's when the sharp object is pulled out, right? Precisely. After being stabbed with the candelabra, the body was moved to the meeting room, and then the murder weapon was pulled out right here in this very room. That would account for the difference in the amount of blood that was left behind. But why would the culprit go through all that trouble? Most likely to give the impression that the murder occurred here in the meeting room. It seems Miss Crane's keycard was used last night. But based on the time of use, it must have been a ploy by the culprit to mislead us. In all likelihood, it was the culprit who used the keycard to enter the meeting room. Why would the culprit have needed to do that? Perhaps they feared that the storage room would be found out during the investigation. If they were involved in the auction, they would not have wanted to become public. The auction, you say? Perhaps you should go upstairs and see for yourself what items are on display. I'm sure that it will allow you to understand what occurred here. Impressive, Miles Edgeworth. You're willing to go that far to protect her. There's something big lurking behind the scenes of this case. Kay simply got caught up in it. You're exaggerating. Am I now? More than anyone, I think you would understand the significance behind all of this. Why would you, a prosecutor working with Interpol, be involved with a domestic case? Wasn't your objective to crush a certain international smuggling ring? If you're searching for smuggled goods here that led you here, then isn't this the feeling I have related to the case? I'm relieved. You haven't lost your touch, even though you turned in your badge. I've heard about your situation from Scruffy over there. Sorry, sir. I just wanted to help out somehow. A wise decision, detective. Francesca, are you the one in charge of this case? Isn't Interpol pursuing the black market auction? And what if I am? If that's not something you need to know. So, you knew about this all from the very beginning. You knew about the black market auction was being held. Right here. Hey, don't mind if I butt in? About that girl who turned up dead. You! Hey, I ain't got done talking yet! You ain't the lick. All right. Slaughter isn't justice for all. In this case, doesn't even need a fragment of your faulty testimony. What are you saying? I am a bad No. Back then, you gave false testimony. Miss Von Karma seems to very dislike Glada. I can't say she's fond of her. Ain't that Crane girl one of the PIC members? She's the spitting image of the conductor. I reckon she's... Ouch! She hit me! She hit me again! What's the meaning of this? Answer me, Miles Edgeworth. From Miss Hart's testimony, we obtained the description of what the conductor was wearing. And it matches what the victim, Jill Crane was wearing. You mean to say the one who was murdered was the conductor? Miss Von Karma, maybe you should get... It would seem that a new fact has just been brought to light. Indeed, I came here in pursuit of the black market auction, in order to arrest the organizer of the event. In other words, the conductor. If we believe Miss Hart's testimony, then the conductor is already dead. Wouldn't this mean that your investigation has ended in vain? That's right. However, I swear on the name that I will not return empty-handed. I challenge you, Miles Edgeworth. A challenge is fine, but why is she readying her whip like she's out for a victim of her own? I will concede your argument. The murder occurred in the storage room, correct? That would mean the culprit was someone who participated in the auction. If that photographer is correct, the victim was the conductor, and the culprit was a customer. The culprit waited for the victim in the storage room, where the goods were delivered. Then, they stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra in the storage room. That is all. I trust you have no objections? Unfortunately, that is not the case, because there is a hole in your testimony. As expected, Mr. Edgeworth, I didn't notice anything at all. Well then, please settle this with one blow. Yes, watch as I crush your logic. You were surprisingly quick to concede. I simply cannot deny facts that are backed by evidence. That is all. You have proven that the murder occurred in the storage room. That would mean the culprit is someone who participated in the auction. The culprit is participated in the auction. I'd like to hear your basis for this claim. When I spoke with the staff of this building, not a single one mentioned the storage room. The storage room existence must have been only known to a select few, and that's where the items for the auctions were being stored. I see you understand. Yes, the culprit participated in the auction. If that photographer is correct, the victim was the conductor, and the culprit was the customer. So you're saying that the victim was you're saying the victim was the auction's conductor, right? And the culprit? Hey, and I ain't the one who told you that just a moment ago. Yes, that's right. However, I was simply making sure her logic is clear. That ain't right. You're doing it wrong. This is what the part where you're supposed to say, I don't goof. No. The culprit was a customer participating in the black market auction. One time nation, now you've done it. Don't cover for him. Of course, that is only if the photographer's testimony is indeed true. I can't tell whether they are on good or bad terms. Isn't that how it always is, Miss Francesca? There's the issue here is the culprit's auctions. The culprit waited for the victim in the storage room where the goods were delivered. Miss Hart was in the storage room the whole time. Could the culprit really have been waiting there? I don't know where she was hiding, but since you've seen it, you must know as well. There's the organizer of the auction, the conductor. During the auction, the organizer had that ceremony. crime occurred after the that is the candelabra in the storage room. Although there were murder. As I thought, you're one step behind. What did you say? The victim was not the conductor, and I had proof. Miss Hart's testimony. That photographer's testimony is not trustworthy. But just say it. I'm about to find you now. Cease your idle chatter. Yow! Francesca, calm down and listen. Miss Hart witnessed a part of the murder. The main point here is that after the witnessing the murder, she says that the auction continued. Yeah, that's right. Sure as can be. They all kept going on shamelessly. Do you think the auction could have continued without someone conducting it? If the victim was not the conductor, the person killed must have been a customer. No! As I said from the beginning, Kay is not the culprit. After all, she herself was attacked by someone and lost consciousness, in which case that would also make her a victim. If the auction continued after the incident occurred, yes, and the victim was not the conductor, but a customer. That's enough. That voice. Order in the court. The chairman will now enter. My, no need to be so stiff. Actually, I feel free to call me Ballast. Nah, I'm just gonna call you Chairman the best. Well then, Ballast, what brings you here? Except you. Huh? Well, I just wanted to see if my idiot son was working hard is all. Is this the kind of father-son relationship really healthy? Wouldn't you like to know, Edgeworth? Your dad died when you were 9. Oh, shit, probably shouldn't bring that up. I had come to light a fire under you, but it seems I have found an unexpected bonus. To think that the criminal who has become a talk of the town to be here of all places. Everyone, restrain the suspect at once. Please wait. Kay Faraday is not the silence. This man absolutely murdered someone. I guarantee you that this man is the guy we need. It's quite troubling, Edgeworth. Did I tell you earlier? The PIC deserves a swift resolution to this case. If not, we could lose our trust with the public. They'd call us the waste of time committee. You know, it's troubling for me as well. That sort of thing. At my age, too. And on top of that, an illegal investigation is not something I can overlook. Have you forgotten? You're no longer a prosecutor. You have lost all your authority. Furthermore, you have aided a criminal in invading the law. Yes, that's right. You're still reliable, Courtney. I'm aware of the consequences of my actions. You may punish me as you wish. However, we have found a new suspect. It's the person in the picture here. Kay Faraday was attacked by this person, and there's no need for your explanation. Just recently, a red raincoat was discovered in the vicinity of this building. The victim's blood and cherry blossom petals were found on the hood. Cherry blossom petals? Now that you mention it, the viewing platform. Yes, they probably stuck on due to the blood, and they were littered around with blood stains. And we received the forensics report on the blood, you know? There's no doubt about it. The person in that photo is the victim, Jill Crane. What did you say? Impossible! That would completely destroy the foundation of our logic. We have believed that the person in the red raincoat was the culprit. And now it turns out the person is actually the murdered victim. Wait, if that's the case, then the prime suspect would be Miss Faraday. You met a person in a red raincoat on the rooftop, did you not? Yes, I did, but that person in the red raincoat was the murderer, the murdered victim. And Kay Faraday came into contact with that person. Since one of the parties is now dead, what happens next should be clear. Kay was attacked by that person. As the victim, it would be impossible for her to be the culprit. There's no evidence that she was attacked, is there? Furthermore, we must consider the possibility that the victim fought back. It's far too early to come to that conclusion. Kay is not the criminal. You're wrong. Kay? That's wrong, even though I don't want to believe it myself. After hearing about the raincoat, I finally remembered. I only remembered a little, but from what I saw that night, the culprit is me. I remember looking down at the person in the red raincoat. Mr. Edgeworth, it was me! The culprit was me all along! That can't be right. Why? Why do I have that memory? That person collapsed before my eyes, engulfed by the pool of blood. Why did I do anything? It must have been because I killed her. It's clear to me that the validity of Kay Faraday's memories. Didn't you doubt it until just now, pal? Congratulations, Miss Faraday. Your courage will surely allow you to be forgiven. Now, let us rejoice in the blessings of the goddess of law. Allow me to give my opinion as an international prosecutor. Her actions as a criminal are... Hurry! Arrest Kay Faraday at once. How dare you behave that way before me? You're being too forceful. Further verification is necessary. I even go far as to say this is unlawful. Unfortunately, the law does not side with you. It sides with me, you see. But you know, the beautiful bonds between you two have been etched deeply into my heart. That reminds me, we seem to have forgotten one additional suspect. Edgeworth, that's you. What's that, pal? Mr. Edgeworth has done nothing wrong. I beg to differ. That's right. You see, he's no longer a prosecutor, sadly enough. Your actions have gone too far this time. In a legal investigation, and assisting in the escape of a criminal. I can't even think of you as a former prosecutor. Now humbly accept your punishment. Ugh. Oh yes, that's right. I believe the plan for today was to hold your hearing before the PIC. Why don't we leave the hearing for tomorrow, even though the results is already crystal clear? You should think long and hard about what you've done. Very long, very hard. Court is now adjourned. And so is this stream. I'm sorry. Yes, save. Oh, fuck. Wrong screen. Hello. Welcome back to the screen. At the ending of the stream. That's kind of how things go. I didn't kind of make it sound like it rhymed, or that wasn't intentional, actually. So, thank you for joining tonight. It was really fun. I really enjoyed tonight. It was so fun. Tonight was very fun. And I shall be back. I think I'll be back on... I'll be back on Saturday. We're most likely... most likely for some art, but it might be some stuff by AI with some people. Who knows? So as I head out, we're gonna raid a unit, and we're gonna have a lovely time and make sure to have fun. Oh, there's the raid message. Make sure to copy it and paste and have fun. And I'll see you guys all on Saturday.